We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is turbulence. Aviation Scope, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning.
This is African News on Voice of the People television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People television. Stay with us.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV, now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to Political Lens. This is Voice of the People Television and I am Chukwuma Okoro. We are broadcasting on Metro SL TV channel 264 and YouTube and other social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. I will encourage you to call in and let us hear what you think about the topics that are in discussion. On the show today, well, the number that you can call into is scrolling on their screen at the moment. So feel free to call in so that we can hear your voice, because VOP will cover you. We ensure that your voice is heard at any point in time. Now on the show today, battle for legitimacy in PDP. 29 PDP state chairmen meet with Turaki, the factional chairman. Well, US congressman tasked Nigerian government on taking IDPs back home. And no going back on withdrawal of police from VIPs. That is coming from the president. Now, let's bring in our guests. We've been joined in the studio here in Lagos, who are broadcasting from by Barrister Darlington Agomo. Barrister Agomo is a lawyer and political affairs analyst. Good evening, Barrister Agomo, and thanks for coming in.
It's my pleasure being here, Mr. Koro.
Thank you. We appreciate your presence as always. I'm very well, and you, sir?
I'm all right. The weather is cool.
Okay, beautiful. Now, before we get into the major discussions, former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has again dismissed claims of a massacre at the Lekki toll gate during the 2022 NSAS protest, insisting the narrative was driven by fake news and unverified reports amplified on social media. Mohammed said this during an interview on a TV station on Wednesday, that's yesterday, while speaking about his new book, Headlines and Sound Bites, Media Moments That Defined an Administration, talking more like his memoir, while in office during the 8 years of Muhammad Buhari's administration. Well, according to him, one of the major crises of his tenure was battling misinformation, especially during NSAS. NSAS was unfortunate, it was tragic. But there was a massacre. But that there was a massacre at the toll gate is fake news, he said. That's coming from Lai Mohammed, former Minister for Information during the Muhammadu Buhari administration. Now, Barrister, what's your response to Lai Mohammed's assertion
When people
that there was no massacre at the toll gate in 2020?
When people that means that man is unrepentant. I was thinking that when you are getting older, you will now have make a retrospect of all you have done in life and all that. But Lai Mohammed is unrepentant. Seriously, he is very, very unrepentant for him to say what he's saying. So, what did Sanwo-Olu own up to? You remember that Sanwo-Olu later owned up to what happened. Remember, he said yes, that he takes responsibility. He was the one that invited the military. The live bullet we saw there, what was it for? Mr. Okoro, did you remember when the mortuary filled up somewhere in Ikeja? At was it not last week?
Yeah, the university, state university teaching hospital.
That the state government had to bring out 63 million naira for burial of those people, mass burial. Over 100 and something human beings. Where did they come from? Anyway, such people, I leave them to God. Such people, when they talk, they forgot that God has a way of dealing with people. Whatever you sow, you will reap. So those people that died, they are not human beings, no massacre. No massacre. And you saw the hell of bullet that was released on those youths. No massacre. Let him continue to lie. But you should remember that there is what? God do. It's not only Jonathan White that knows how to say that. There is God do. Whatever you are doing, remember. How could you come now? What you are trying to forget?
Especially now that we are trying to have some form of closure, and healing from what happened in 2020.
And you are still lying about it. Meanwhile, all the actors of that incident, they are all feeling remorse because they knew what happened. The spirit of those youth will never leave any of them.
Barrister, is it strange that up until this moment there was no inquest, there was no inquiry
I'm telling you,
on who ordered the CCTV at the toll gate
to be removed? Yes. So they were doing all those things for nothing, Abi. They deliberately removed the camera so that nobody will see what they were doing. And you think it was just for nothing. Lai Mohammed, I'm ashamed of you, seriously. I'm ashamed of you. You want your grandson to ask you again, Daddy, why are you still lying? I think that's the next question that boy will ask you. Remember the first time? He said his grandson of 7 years was asking, why did they call you Liar Mohammed? He said it. That boy will ask him again, Daddy, why are you still lying after all you did? That boy will ask him that question. Daddy, why are you still lying after all you did? That boy, that his son will ask him that question again. If he does not go to his God and ask for mercy, I'm not joking. All that happened because these are the children of the poor, the children of the Talakawas, Abi. They have no. Remember, we brought one of the arrowhead of that protest. One lady who came to our studio in the radio station. I was in the studio that day. This lady narrated what happened. That a certain honorable member came there. And the man was calling somebody on phone, and he was hearing the voice of that person. That person was calling him Baba Baba. He was telling him the situation report. All of a sudden, they started telling all the children of the known names in Lagos and all that to leave that place, to leave the scene. I am not joking. They were telling them to leave that place because they have decided on what is coming. And immediately those people disappeared from the scene. The military came in. And you are telling me there was no massacre. Yes, so there was no massacre. God will answer all of you that did all those things.
But Barrister, this comment coming from Lai Mohammed at this time, how does it define the Buhari administration?
In fact, it shows that these people are unrepentant. You know, when you have, God has said, no matter how sinful you are, as long as you repent and come back to Him, He will forgive you. But when you have not repented, tell me how? How can God forgive you? Have you seen why APC is getting it wrong? All their supporters, all their members, they are still wallowing in infamy, dirty infamy. They have not even thought for what they have brought to Nigerians. All the evil they brought to Nigeria, they are not regretting it at all. They are not. Mr. Okoro, as far as APC members are concerned, the way they see Nigeria now is okay. They love it. Eh? Is it not when somebody have done wrong and agree that have done wrong, they think of forgiveness? Is that not true?
Barrister, the man under whose watch all of this happened, talking about Muhammad Buhari, is dead, buried, and gone forever. He didn't leave any memoir.
How can he?
You know, so
how
do we get to know some of the truths, you know, about this administration? That administration is lost forever. I mean, Goodluck Jonathan already has a memoir. Obasanjo has his own.
Yes,
And I expect that the current president will also have his own. But Buhari, we didn't hear anything.
Garba Mohammed wrote something, but we don't know how deep it was. We don't know how deep. They always write it with their jaundiced view of the whole situation. None of them. Then Femi Adesina, I think he wrote his own too. But all of them are
no, these are outside accounts. Nigerians were expected that the president would have put, you know, pen to paper. Look, this is what I passed through. These are my successes. These are my failures in office. And we have lost all of that forever.
No, if you were expecting Buhari to write a book, that means you are waiting for Godot, who will never come. A man who ruled Nigeria in 1984, Abi, and left office in 1985. Just a space of 1 year or so.
And he came back.
From that time till 2015. He couldn't write letter to Nigerians as to what he did in office, or what happened, or how the coup was done and all that. From that time, in 1984 to 2015, check the time, the gap and all that. He didn't write one single book. Not even to manage the so-called farm. So you're expecting him now to write a memoir in a space of 8 years. Say what thing happened. Who told you that Buhari like Turenchi?
All right, Barrister, we'll just pray that the souls of those people that were killed at Lekki Tollgate.
My prayer is that those children, wherever you are, haunt all of them. Those children, God Almighty, release the spirit of the dead to haunt those people who killed those children.
Okay, all right, Barrister, let's get into a major topic of discussion. The National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Saminu Kabiru Turaki, met with 29 state chairmen of the party where they passed a vote of confidence on his leadership. Turaki emphasized that his mission is to rebuild the party from the grassroots and reclaim Nigeria Dr. Oluyede Oluole as INEC-recognized candidate. During the meeting, Turaki argued that the achievements recorded under PDP's 16-year rule had been reversed by the APC government. He insisted that with overwhelming support from state chairmen, the mainstream PDP faction clearly presents the authentic leadership of the party. The chairman criticized the faction loyal to Nyesom Wike, challenging them to present an INEC-recognized governorship candidate for Ekiti, reinforcing that INEC's recognition of his NWC validates his leadership claim. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu met with 8 governorship aspirants of the All Progressives Congress, APC, ahead of the Osun State primary scheduled for December 13. That is the primary election, APC primary election for the Osun State governor, which is coming up on December 13th. Emphasizing the strategic importance of winning Osun, Tinubu urged the aspirants to unite, avoid internal conflicts, and support the party's decision on a consensus candidate. He reminded them of the party's previous loss in the state due to disunity and stressed party supremacy and collective responsibility. At the end of the meeting, the APC aspirants signed a joint declaration affirming loyalty to the party and its process for selecting the Osun governorship candidate. They agreed to support whichever aspirant emerged as a consensus flag bearer and to work together to ensure APC's victory in the governorship election. Well, the statement also committed them to maintaining unity, peace and discipline within the party, recognizing Tinubu's guidance and the national leadership's role in stabilizing the political landscape in Osun State. Barrister, is Wike finally losing grip of the party he wants to give a lifeline?
It looks like
what is happening.
Mr. Okoro, did I not tell you? Hold on. Look, they say what an elder sees is sitting down. A young man that climbed Irokoti will not see it.
Barrister, who is the elder here between you and I?
You have started now.
What have I started? You
started
anyway,
now.
it's a proverb. I'll take it as a proverb.
Since you know the truth, why are you running away
Barrister,
from
go ahead. Go ahead. What you saw sitting
You're asking me
down.
who's the elder.
What you saw sitting down.
Is
Go
your head
ahead.
bigger than my own?
Your own is bigger. Barrister, go ahead.
So what are you saying? So when I was telling you here that Wike will fall like Ntunala, you know what that thing they call Ntunala? Boom, like Ubunigo. It will fall, the sound will be so loud. Is it not coming to pass? With what happened in River State now, don't you think that Wike is losing ground?
What happened in River State? Fubara joined the APC.
Of course.
Wike is the facto party, by the way.
I said, of course, that was a master stroke. Now, with the Fubara in the APC and those lawmakers in APC, majority, Abi, will Wike trouble Fubara again? All the noise about controlling the resources and whatever is gone. It's over.
Barrister, how is it going? Wike is the de facto leader of the APC in River State.
He cannot do that again, I'm telling you.
Who is the state party chairman?
Hold on. And what happened to the authentic governor of River State now? Is it not Fubara, who is in APC? Are you going to take it away from him? No, tell me.
Barrister, is the party the problem? Is the platform the problem? The platform was never the problem because at some point both of them were in the PDP. What happened?
That one is gone now because of what happened. Yes, that one is gone. At least there's peace in River State now. Okay. I don't know how else Wike will trouble Fubara when all of them are in the same party.
Okay, let's go back to the national. Let's go back to the national level.
So that's it. Wike is neither here nor there. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So Fubara has taken position in River State now. He's an authentic APC member.
But sir,
Wike, we don't know where he is.
But that's exactly my point. Now, do we say that, is it appropriate to say that Wike is neither here nor there?
Yes.
Or is it proper to say that Wike is both here and there?
No,
he's in the PDP, he's in the APC.
No. He's losing ground in APC now.
Barrister, if you go to River State, let's go back to River State. If you go to River State, who is the state chairman of the APC?
Who is the state chairman?
Yes.
Okocha or who?
Tony Okocha. Who is Wike's what? Man Friday. It's Wike that installed him there, that put him there.
Look.
And Fubara is in that same party.
You are not getting it. I said, now that River State is now APC.
Okay.
And when Wike is neither in APC or in PDP.
That is the problem. A lot of people are quarreling with that neither here nor there.
Yes, because at a point now, if you trouble Rivers, APC members will ask you, so, come, who are you? You are not a member of our party now.
APC members, people, all of them that came from the PDP to the APC, we are talking about the same people.
They are losing. That's why some of them went back to APC, some went to PDP. So Wike is no longer the so-called godfather in River State.
Okay, all right. Now, Barrister, at the national level, Ekiti State Agoba is coming up. Now, the primaries conducted, INEC recognized the candidate of Taminu Turaki. So does that legitimize the Turaki leadership as the authentic leadership of the...
Because this thing was, yes, I think INEC observed their convention. Is that not true?
Their primaries.
Their primaries in that state. Is that not true?
Yes.
So what else are you telling me? Look, the primary validation and recognition of any convention or any primary is the presence of INEC. That's all. The presence of INEC, that is all. If you can swear INEC to come to your primary or your convention.
Barrister, what type of game is INEC playing in all of this? The Turaki faction, the convention that produced Turaki, INEC was invited to Ibadan. They didn't attend. But that same INEC has recognized a Guba candidate from that faction. Isn't that double speak? From the same INEC? Yes,
that's what I'm telling you. That yes, because the electoral law did not say that if INEC did not recognize your national convention, therefore your state primary is invalid. We didn't see such a thing. Are you getting what I'm saying?
No, Barrister, I don't get it. INEC did not observe their convention,
I am telling you
which
now.
Invalidates it. But INEC attends the primaries conducted by that same faction that it did not validate its convention, and turns around to recognize a candidate produced by that faction?
Because in that of the state, the needful was done. INEC was invited and it came. So what is the problem? No, tell me. INEC was invited and he came. Does it matter which faction that is working for who? INEC came to observe their primaries.
Exactly that is my point. Isn't INEC part of the problem? Are they not trying to compound the problem?
No, we will now know. Listen, we will now wait for INEC. Yes, because I understand where you're going, but we will now wait for INEC. When other state primaries will occur, Abi?
Okay. Conducted by who?
Don't worry. When other state primaries, there must be primaries, not the state.
Okay. Now, the question is who will conduct the primaries?
It depends on who is in the good book of INEC. Okay. It is that time we now remind them of what they are doing. Right now, I cannot say anything. Let me assume that INEC is trying to behave himself.
Okay.
But when it comes to other state primaries, and this INEC begin to say, we will not come because it's from Turaki faction. We will not come because it's from Wike'S faction.
Which is more like what they have done already.
I said we are waiting for them. Don't worry. They started with this Ekiti.
Okay.
Let us know whether the trend will continue or not. Are you getting what I'm saying? And let us know whether somebody will challenge it or not. These are the two places I'm waiting for them now.
Okay.
Because I don't want to assume what is not on the table.
Okay.
That's where I'm waiting. Because I know primaries must come in all the states. Is that not true? And let's see which one.
That's in 2026.
It must. I said must. That one, there's no argument about it. So let us see which one INEC will observe and which one INEC will not observe. They will now ask them why they observe that of Ekiti.
Okay, now, Barrister, we hear that both factions of the party have fixed their meeting and convention, same day, same venue. Now, Turaki says, look, Commissioner of Police of the FCT, please, we need protection.
You mean in Ekiti?
No, in Abuja.
Okay.
The Turaki faction is trying to hold their Pioneer NWC meeting. Now, the Wike'S faction say, look, we are conducting a national convention. Same date, same venue. Now, Turaki is calling on the Commissioner of Police of the FCT to give them protection. Like, look, because they have fixed their meeting, the Pioneer, their first meeting, their debut meeting of the NWC in Wadata Plaza, and another convention, another meeting, more like a convention by the other faction is also scheduled for the same day. So we need protection. And he says, look, anybody that is coming there that is not recognized, apparently making references to Wike'S, is doing so at his or her own risk. Now, what do you see coming? Because constitutionally, the minister is empowered, to invite the police if there's a crisis somewhere, to call in the police to come and so what do you see happening tomorrow?
It is the role the police will play on that day that will decide whether they are now taking part or they are neutral.
Okay.
Yes, it is their role that will determine. Because as a serving minister, he has the right. But that right does not include disturbing the peace of his party. As long as that party is not recognized, or that faction is not recognized, making noise will be a childish joke. All this thing that Wike'S is doing is like a dying faggot. That's what I see here. All he's trying to do now is like a spent force. Because the Wike'S we know of yesterday is no longer the Wike'S that we know today.
What has changed? What do you think changed?
Because his paymaster is trying very hard to distance himself from Wike'S.
How?
Wike'S have gotten a lot of baggages. And those baggages will stain Tinubu's name if he's not careful. So Tinubu is trying to distance himself from Wike'S.
Do you think that the president is concerned about what stained his name? Is he concerned?
No, as far as this election is concerned, it's very, very much. In fact, he's trying very hard to be a good boy. Okay,
let's digress a bit and go to the Senate, where the senators are currently screening, confirmation process of the ambassadorial nominees. And Oshomole said, look, you cannot confirm Reno Omokri. And Alin Dume says no, confirm him, and there was more like an altercation between the two of them. At the end of the day, the Senate president gave a voice vote, called for a voice vote, and the A's had it, and Reno has been confirmed. So, at the backdrop of that, do you think that the president is interested in what tarnishes his image or strengthens?
No.
I mean, if somebody like Reno, despite all the, resistance from the public, he went ahead and still submitted his name for confirmation.
Because the president have already told them he wants Reno on mockery.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
He already told Agbabio, you must confirm him at all costs. And that is why what happened.
That's why I'm asking you this question. Do you think that the president is concerned that Wike is turning his image?
I'm coming.
Okay.
There is a job for Omokere. Right now, do you know where they are sending him?
I don't know.
You don't know. So, by the time you see where they are sending Omokere, you now know why Tinubu choose him. Just cool your head. Chebi, they confirmed him. Now, look at where they are sending him. It is where they are sending him that matters here. You will see what will happen.
So, are you implying that there was a job for Wike, and more like that job is done, and the president doesn't need him anymore?
Of course, now, is that not the usual thing in politics? Must you remain there forever? You were choosing for a purpose.
How far has he gone in executing that job? PDP is still trying to reinvent itself. If at this time the president turned his back at Wike, and Wike makes a detour, makes a U-turn, and goes to rebuild the PDP, do you think that the president will be safe in 2027?
Look, the way it is now, with the uproar of this Christian genocide, with the uproar of these killings in Nigeria, and American interest, and all the noise that the democracy is dying in Nigeria, that America should come and help us and all that. With what PDP is doing now, trying to raise alarm, trying to raise hell. Look, Tinubu is trying to be careful.
Okay.
Yes.
Barrister, Tinubu is trying to be careful. Yes. Now, the president has asked the APC in Osun State to put its house in order and ensure that they win Osun 2026. Should that scare Ademola Adeleke? Should he be scared? You recall that when the president says, do you want Edo State? And they said yes. Don't worry, I'll give you Edo State. And wait again, on those state and all of that. Ondo was originally APC, so that's not an issue. So now the president has said, look, Osun APC, go and get that state for me. Adeleke, instead of porting to the APC, went to a court party. Should he be scared based on the president's charge to APC in Osun State?
Before he went to a court party, he must have weighed his options. I think Adeleke is popular with Osun people.
Okay.
That one is a fact. And so whichever party he chooses does not matter. Osun people don't want to be controlled from Abuja. Yes, that was why even Adeleke won. After they changed him in the first election, where Tinubu's cousin, Oyetola became the governor. And so the Osun people now saw what happened and how Oyetola ran Osun State. That he was more or less controlled from Lagos and all that. And they didn't want it. So their belief is that wherever the governor goes, that is Adeleke, they will go with him. It's about voting. Yes, Osun people, they are going to go with Adeleke, no matter what anybody will say in APC. They may not have it easy with Osun people, going by what they have done so far. Yes, they will not have it easy.
Barrister, they will not have it easy. Do you remember that it is an off-cycle election and attention will be in Osun State at that point? Like they normally do, 30,000 policemen. They'll send one INEC rec from one place to go and deliver this person. So how much of that do you think is going to impact on the Osun election? Do you think that the president will just let it be?
The President Tinubu is being careful because America is beaming their satellite in Nigeria.
Okay.
Are you getting on? I don't think he will want to cause more ruckus for himself.
Okay.
By being too overbearing in any election. America is watching Nigeria. I hope you know that.
Yes, Akpabio told us. Akpabio told us that Trump is on our neck.
So I don't think all those things they did in Ondo, Edo, it may not be like that in Osun. That's the way I look at it. It may not be like that because if he now goes against the rule of the game, Americans will now conclude that this man is unrepentant, and he wouldn't want to get that compliment. He wouldn't. That's what.
Okay. Let's leave APC and
for Adeleke to leave APC and enter Accord Party.
To leave PDP and enter Accord Party.
To leave
he must have done his
exactly.
homework.
And he did not even go to APC. You understand? Because the APC is trending now. He didn't go to the trending party and all that, so he went to Accord Party.
Okay, now, Barrister, that's interesting. You and I, we had a discussion about the altercation between Adeleke and the First Lady on Tuesday. And yesterday, Adeleke, ported to the Accord Party instead of APC. Now, a lot of people are saying, does it look like the First Lady had already known that Adeleke was going to Accord, not APC, and that was why she overreacted? Do you think it was because of that?
They know.
Is she angry that Ademola is not coming to APC?
Their party, yes. They know. From Abuja, they have their ears on the ground.
Okay.
They know where he was going. They know. You cannot be making such a move without somebody knowing now. They have their ears and their eyes in all the states, so they know what is going to happen in the next minute. Adeleke did not just decide to go to Accord Party just yesterday. It has been on the ground.
Okay, it has been in the works.
So that is an issue.
Now, Barrister, do you see the PDP putting a strong fight, putting up a strong fight in either Ekiti or Osun or even both states, given the condition of the party at this moment?
Yes.
How far do you think they can travel?
They may try, depending on the people. In fact, it is now left for them to work on the consciousness of the people. Because this election is not about money, or it's about the people and whoever is bringing the money. The people may take the money and still vote their conscience this time around because of what they have seen so far. So if they can work on the mind of the Ekiti people, it will work in their favor. That's the way I look at it. PDP, since they don't have the watchers, financial watchers, they should go and work on the mindset of the people, trying to re-engineer their mind, corner their mind to their own side. That, look, we are not saying you should not collect money, but collect it and vote the right party.
Barrister, what type of advice is that?
Yes, now remember what you enjoyed in our 16 years. We want to repeat it again. I mean, these are things they should be holding on to now.
And you think people will listen to them?
They must, because it is their life. They must. Look, if you package it well, they will listen to you. They don't have orators now. These are the work of orators, political orators. When they speak like this, the people will bow down. What are you telling me? If you get a political orator for PDP, they will package all their gains, all the gains the Nigerians had under their 16 years. They will package it and then return it back to the people.
Okay, more like bring somebody like Lai Mohammed for the PDP.
That one he did was just propaganda. He was not an orator. Okay. He was just taking advantage.
So between propaganda and oratory, which one does PDP need now?
They need an orator.
Okay.
This propaganda will not work. It has never worked. At least you have seen the result of propaganda now.
It works, but it doesn't last.
You have seen the result now. You have seen it.
You say it never works, but I'm asking, is it that it never works or it works temporarily, but it doesn't last?
Which one do you prefer? Is this something that will be sustained or something that will short-live?
No, that's the question I'm asking you.
So I'm telling you now that propaganda doesn't work. It works for a while when you think that you have gotten the people. But with time, the people will realize that you have played the first one on them. Like Nigerians are now seeing what APC did. Abi? All the things they told them during that Lai Mohammed, they have seen it now. They have seen it that these people lied to us. So, I mean, the shame is on them.
Okay, now, Barrister, let's move on. The United States House Appropriations Committee has reaffirmed its commitment to addressing religious persecution worldwide, highlighting Nigeria as a major concern. This followed an on-ground mission to Nigeria by U.S. congressional delegation led by Congressman Riley Moore on the directive of President Donald Trump. According to the committee, the visit is intended to guide policy recommendations on religious freedom, atrocity response, and counter-terrorism cooperation between both countries. During his visit to Benue State, Moore met with Sikh and Catholic leaders and toured internally displaced persons camps, describing the conditions as devastating.
Good.
He shared disturbing testimonies from survivors who recounted the murder of their family members in violent attacks. Moore claimed that more than 600,000 Christians are living in ID camps in Benue and referred to the violence as a genocidal campaign by the Fulani, calling a greater international attention and action. Well, he also met with Nigeria's National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, to discuss terrorism and Middle Belt killings and the issues which he said remain top priorities for the U.S. The visit took place amid rising diplomatic tension between following Trump's administration's resignation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern linked to alleged religious freedom violations. Well, this move has sparked debates in Washington and concerns in Abuja, where the federal government denies systemic persecution of Christians and argues that insecurity affects all communities. Recent U.S.-Nigeria engagements, including Ribadu's Pentagon visit and congressional hearings, underline a deepening focus by U.S. lawmakers on Nigeria's security crisis and America's strategic involvement. Meanwhile, President Tinubu is pushing forward ranching reforms aimed at addressing head-and-farmer conflicts. He instructed Vice President Kashim Shettima to engage governors through the National Economic Council and ordered the Minister of Livestock Development to begin rehabilitating grazing areas for ranching, while Tinubu stressed that resolving these conflicts, protecting vulnerable communities, and strengthening security structures are central to restoring peace across the country. Barrister Riley Moore has reported to Congress and assessed that there are over 600,000 Christians living in IDP camps in Benue. Alone, just Benue. Well, under this picture, how do we situate his earlier comments in Nigeria that the federal government is on the right path, solving the issues of insecurity?
I thank my ancestors. They will never deceive me. They will never disappoint me. Ms. Okoro, go back to what happened on Monday here. Remember that I told this man that he had compromised if he did not go to IDP camp in Benue and Plateau. Remember?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I was hammering on it. That how can you say that they are in the right path when people are still living in IDP camp? That means you do not go there. Apparently, this man had it and he went there. Look at the result now. Ms. Okoro, is it true or false that I commented on this thing and the man had to go there and see for himself? I was particular about those people living in IDP camp in Benue and Plateau. And the man now went and he saw the true picture. Will he now come and tell me that government is on the right path? Mr. Oko, you see why it's good to talk. When we are saying things here, people think that we are just making noise. People are listening and we want them to listen. Leave me, but look at the message. Leave the messenger. Leave me the messenger. Look at the message. I thank God the man now repented and went to that idea. As I was shouting here, I was not talking, I was shouting that Rally Moore, you have compromised if you did not go to that IDP camp. Maybe he had it and he had gone there and look at the result. Has he not changed his mouth now? Mr. Okoro, that man, have he not changed his mind now and his mouth? That is what happens when people don't want to tell the truth. You tell the truth yourself. Somebody will listen to you. How can you tell me that the right path when people are dying in IDP camp, living in squalor, why terrorists are occupying their village? I really thank my God for this particular...
No, Barrister, so talking about IDP camps, will there ever be any sincere effort, to solve this problem?
No,
as long as displaced Nigerians remain in IDP camps, while others occupy their ancestral homes.
Mr. Okoro, the attention now is...
Shouldn't that be the take-off point?
I am telling you, now that this thing has become an issue, I have been saying it. Every time I have opportunity, I will mention Benue and Plateau. True or false? Even in our other show in the radio session, anytime I have opportunity, I will mention Benue and Plateau. Because it is very, very, in fact, it's very annoying that you have a village you build, where your parents are staying, where your people are staying. All of a sudden, you are in Lagos and you are hearing that people are taking over your village. And your family members are living in IDP camp. How do you juxtapose it with all this noise that everything is okay? Everything is okay when my family members are living in IDP camp and people occupy my family house in the village. Look, it can never happen, no. It can never happen where I come from. So, now that it attracted international attention, I thank God. Somebody is now going to do the needful. Benue people must return back to their villages. That's what I'm saying here. That's the only time I will tell you that somebody is doing something. They must start from that Benue and Plateau. Let these people in IDP camp, they should return back to their home.
Barrister, talking about IDP camp, there's a video that's gone viral out there. It was made by a young corps member. You know, he said he is from which of the states now? Either Adamawa or Taraba State. You know, I think yes, Taraba State. He said, but he's serving in Enugu State. Now, while serving in Enugu State, he got information that herders attacked his community, killed his father, killed his mother, and 3 siblings.
Right.
And that as he speaks, that his community has been occupied by herders. Now he's done serving. He has no place to go. He has no home.
Oh, can you imagine? Is that not enough to provoke anger on that young man? If that young man now carry gun out of anger and frustration, will anybody blame him? These are the things we are talking about, these herdsmen and what they are doing. They are talking of cattle colony or livestock minister. These Fulani herdsmen, they are not interested in all those things.
But aside from that, we had a guest here from Benue State who told us, and I asked him, this issue of occupying people's ancestral home, is it a fluke? Is it something? Is it a hoax or what? Is it real? He said, it is real. And he named communities. And he said, as a matter of fact, you know, there's their traditional ruler, they call him the Tortiv. More like the Ubi of Onitsha, the Oba of Lagos, the Oba of Benin, Tortiv. He said in his community, in Tortiv's community, that Fulani headsmen now occupy the Tortiv's home, his native home, his house in the village. In Tortiv. That is the Tortiv in Benue State. So until this, do you think that I come again with that question? How much responsibility should the government take in saying we are fighting insecurity so long as these people don't go back to their homeland?
Listen, Mr. Okoro, I am telling you, go and mark it. If government does not arrest this situation, it's a matter of time before people will react. These people in IDP camp, these people that they are taking their home, it's a matter of time before all of them will say, look, if I want to, if heaven will fall today, let it fall today. They are going to react. I don't need to be told what will happen. You mean all those people in IDP camp, they will now begin to form family there, Abi? Where is the land that will expand them? No, tell me, where is the land that will expand them in that IDP camp? Won't they marry? Won't they have children? Won't they aspire to move on in life? So it is that small IDP camp that all of them will now be squatting.
Okay, now, Barrister, the president is insistent on ranching as against herding. Is he talking to or merely responding to U.S. pressure?
He is not doing anything.
He's put the vice president in charge of ranching.
The mere suggestion of that fact means that the president is afraid of these people. What have we not done for these Fulani herdsmen just to please them? Yeah, they are not placable.
Now, arising from this pressure, he said, Vice President Shetima, ensure that herders are moved out of the grazing routes. Let them go to ranches. With the Minister of Livestock Development.
Do you think they will go?
That's my question. Do you think?
If they wanted, they will be the one requesting for it. Mr. Okoro, if they want what you are trying to do, they will be the one asking you, this is what we want. But you forcing them means that you are...
I think Mieti Allah has asked, well, okay, we can do ranching now, but the federal government needs to support us.
Do talk. So why can't the federal government support other businesses?
The federal government has been supporting other businesses.
In what way?
Yes, federal government gave aviation bailout to airlines.
This is a federal government business. Now, what are you talking about?
Which one is federal government business? Aviation is, airlines are privately owned.
Hold on. They are using government facility, airport. It doesn't mean...
No, but that doesn't remove the fact that, Barrister, we have Bank of Industry, BOI, give money, loans to other businesses,
yes,
private businesses.
You assess it yourself. You assess it yourself.
So is there anything wrong in assessing...
Let them go and assess it. After all, we are giving them
Barrister,
money.
Is there anything wrong in assessing cow business? I say, okay, this is how much we want to give you to do ranching, and you're going to pay back in 5-10 years. Is there anything wrong in that?
Everything is wrong.
What is wrong?
If you are pampering them if you are trying to placate them,
the way airlines were pampered or what?
Listen, if you are doing this just to make them bring peace, if you are doing it just to placate them as if you offended them, you know, it's when you offend somebody that want to placate him, want to please him, you want to say sorry, because that's the way it look like.
Okay, so basically you think that the North will not agree to ranching?
They will not. I said they will not, because
even with their son, Vice President supervising it.
What did the Buhari do for 8 years? What did he do?
We are not talking of Buhari now. We are talking of President Bola Tinubu saying, Shetima, go and supervise ranching. I'll give you money to give to your people to do ranching.
It's a lie.
Why wouldn't they agree?
We are giving them money before. That money came to Dan Baza was the chairman of that occasion. The first Mietiala meeting where we are giving money. About 1 billion.
What did you give them the money for? For ranching or what?
Exactly. For their
Did they agree to ranching?
They took the money, but we never said anything. That's what I'm telling you. They took the money. Buhari mentioned that this ranching, yet nothing came out of it.
Okay, now, Barrister, let's move on. We are out of time.
So what I'm saying here is that we should stop placating the Fulani herdsmen. They are not the only one in Nigeria. Yeah, we should stop placating them. Yes, we should not.
Barrister, President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed in Abuja that the directive to withdraw police officers attached to VIPs and ministers is final and must be fully implemented.
Again.
Speaking at the Federal Executive Council meeting, he warned that only those with exceptional circumstances may seek clearance through the Inspector General of Police. Well, the move follows the Nigerian Police Force's plan to recall 11,566 officers from VIP security duties and deploy them to frontline policing roles to address manpower shortages nationwide. Well, Tinubu emphasized that the police were trained to protect ordinary Nigerians, especially vulnerable communities, not a select group of privileged individuals. He directed the National Security Advisor, the Minister of Police Affairs, and the IGP to strictly enforce the recall order. Well, to fill the security gap for officials who still require protection, he ordered the Minister of Interior to deploy the NSCDS, noting that the Corps is trained and armed for VIP protection and all of that. We are very familiar with this. Now, Barrister, the president is insisting, but senators and reps, are complaining of discrimination in the withdrawal of police escorts. They say, look, they have withdrawn our escorts, but ministers still have escorts and all of that. Barrister, who should be entitled to police protection?
Look, Mr. Okoro, if there is peace in the country, if there is no banditry, no terrorism, the president can say this and I will listen to him. As long as there is problem in the country, all the politically exposed persons need protection. If they need protection, Mr. Okoro, are you listening to me? They need protection.
More than you and I? More than you and I.
I said the politically exposed person.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you a senator?
But I'm a Nigerian. That's
what I'm saying. I said
don't I need police protection?
Hold on. Look, the police that will protect them will not stop the other one from protecting Nigerians.
Okay.
The people that are looking for them, they know.
So apparently you disagree with the president on this report?
I disagree because yes, when they were in opposition, PDP was protecting them. I remember when Buhari was...
we are not talking about opposition. We are talking about people in government.
I am telling you what happened when they were in opposition. Now, why did they withdraw the security details of our...
Now, this is government withdrawing security details from government officials.
It will not solve the problem.
So why are you talking about opposition here? Has PDP complained?
Hold on. I am telling you what happened when they were in office. They didn't do this. They did not do this. That's what I'm telling you. So this thing they are doing now, there may be a target. They may be targeting some people.
Okay, you think they are targeting the opposition?
I think so. Because why Atiku? Why Atiku?
But they have not singled out anybody from the...
They will not single you out now, but you know when they are doing something, you know who
Barrister, there's a video out there. It's gone viral where Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka has donated a excessive battalion-like security protection for President Tinubu's son, Sheyi. What level of protection should Sheyi have?
I don't know whether he's a state actor. I just don't know. These are the things that when people do it, I just get to know.
You think he doesn't deserve protection?
Look.
We're talking about the president's family.
Please, leave that thing. They are like any other person.
No, they are not.
What do you mean by they are not? What do you mean by... So, if they can be protected...
Can I give you one example?
What is the example?
Malia and Shasha Obama had...
yes, the FBI and the CIA.
So, do you have a problem with that?
Look, let me tell you, how many of them?
No, exactly. I said, should what level of protection?
Fact, I
said, what level of protection should Sheyi have?
You won't even know that they are shadowing these children. Okay. You won't know.
Now, but people have condemned the battalion like according to
exactly.
Now, my question is, what level of protection should Sheyi have?
You don't even need to be seen protecting these people.
But does he deserve it? Does he deserve protection? Look, special protection?
Listen. You see, in Nigeria, there is a problem in security.
Okay.
Now, if you are talking of protecting them, that does not warrant you carrying those battalions.
Agreed. Now, one or two.
One or two details.
Okay, one or two.
Is more than enough.
One or two is more than enough. Okay, beautiful.
Yes,
so, Barrister, we're out of time. Let's have your concluding thoughts.
Why make it? They even cleared the road for him. They cleared it.
Everybody has condemned that. Wole Soyinka has condemned that.
I think the governor is coming.
Okay, beautiful. Barrister, let's have your concluding thoughts.
So when he meant that everything should be withdrawn, he should call his son out, so that we know that you are serious. Because those people we are telling, they may not face a Sheyi Tinubu and say, your father said we should withdraw details from you. They will not tell him that. Mr. Okoro, they will not face that boy and tell him that your father said we should go, we should not protect you again. They won't tell him that. Let him do it himself. Then I'll know that he's serious.
Barrister, should I take that as a concluding thought?
Yes, my concluding thought. Yes, let him be specific.
Okay, this is where we draw the curtain on political lens. Yes. I've been speaking with Barrister Darlington Agomo, a lawyer and political affairs analyst. Thank you very much, Barrister, for coming on Political Lens. I appreciate your presence.
It's my pleasure.
Now, on behalf of the backroom staff, the technical director, bus manager, sound engineer, and DJs manager, I am Chukuma Okoro. Up next is Issues with Nena and Dimjuto. Please do stay with us on top of the hour of 7 o'clock. But from me, I'll see you tomorrow. 8 o'clock in the morning on the morning show. Bye for now and enjoy the rest of your evening.